Hey, what's up, Guardians? So, you might have noticed that Crota is a good bit harder than the rest of the hard raid. But in order to beat Crota, you have to do things slightly differently. And in this video, I'll be showing you how. So, the beginning will seem like any other raid, the only difference being that there is no chalice. And that means that you can't heal yourself. So you have to be very careful coming out of this initial room. You're going to want 5 out of your 6 players rocking the Gjallarhorn or the most powerful rocket launcher that they have. You're going to want 1 player, your sword bearer, to have a Suros Regime or a Red Death, and the point of that being that they can heal themselves with a kill. You'll notice that right after we kill all the ads, we jump to the window area. After making it to the other side of the window area, we're looking for the sword bearer. You can fire rockets, snipers, but really all you need is some good sniper headshots, preferably with the hardest hitting sniper you have, like a Black Hammer. Once the sword bearer is down, then it's picked up by the sword holder. The sword holder goes to the rock on the right, crouches down, and this is where it gets important. Now, for this to work, you need your sword bearer to be a hunter, and they have to have Blade Dancer equipped. And now, as you can see, the hunter went invisible when he meleeed Crota with the perk that causes you to go invisible with the melee. At this point, everyone runs left, and the reason for this is that Crota is going to run left, and you want to be inside when Crota is to the side. So at this point, we're basically killing time, waiting for Crota, and as you can see, he's right out the window there. So we're just hanging out in here, doing whatever, and that's about it. That's why this strategy is so easy. So after Crota goes back middle, the hunter is going to do the exact same thing. Basically, what's going to happen is they're going to jump up on the rock, crouch down, wait the couple seconds it takes for the Blade Dancer to go invisible, and then they're going to call out DPS. When they call out DPS, everyone fires a rocket at the same time. If you have nothing but Gjallarhorns, you'll knock Crota down like it's nothing. After calling DPS, the sword bearer runs towards Crota, stabs him until Crota stands back up, at which point the sword bearer drops the sword by pressing Y, and then melees Crota. And that will turn the sword bearer invisible. Make sure the sword bearer has the extended duration of invisibility equipped. And you'll see the sword bearer is crouching down, calls DPS, everyone fires at the same time, hits Crota 4 times, and then melees Crota. Goes invis, everyone DPS's, Crota goes down, melees Crota a few more times. Now, if Crota gets below 10%, the problem with that is he'll enrage, and you don't want him to do that until the 3rd sword. And the reason for this is that when he enrages, and your sword, if your sword is out of time, then you're screwed. So you definitely don't want him to do that. So at this point, everyone runs back into the middle, but goes right. And the reason for this is that Crota is going to be going left. So you can see him out the window, sort of give him a little wave. But the only thing to worry about here is the ogres will come up. And at this point, when the ogres come up, you're going to be attacked by Thrall and Curse Thrall. So there's 2 ways you can handle this. You can have people in charge of ads, or you can use the way that I like to and just get elevated, because all of these ads are incapable of ranged attack. So if you have one guy that's elevated, you can have a few other guys in charge of killing the ogres. And killing the ogres will be done by firing through the stairway. You can use pretty much anything you can to kill the ogres. Rockets, Gjallarhorns, snipers. Snipers cause them to stun, whatever works for you. Sometimes popping a bubble is a good idea. The biggest risk here is someone getting killed by the knights that fire those rockets down at you, or the thrall that come out of the walls. So you really do need at least one person taking care of the thrall that spawned behind you. But other than that, you can just knock down the ogres. So as you can see, I'm on thrall duty, making sure no one gets blindsided by a thrall. Running back and forth, killing the random spawns. The other thing to do if you're going to fire through the stairway is you're going to need someone to have the sniper on those two knights that come up at that tower right there. And you know, the reason for this is the same reason that a lot of people were wiping in the beginning, is that those knights do a lot of damage, and if you're not paying attention, they can you know, kill a teammate, cause the oversoul to go up, and it's all downhill from there. So, like you're probably used to, the thrall from the ogres come in waves, so you do want to have some sense of the timing there. It starts out kind of mild, and then it gets more intense as time goes on. So the longer it takes to kill those ogres, the more thrall you're going to have to deal with. Really, the name of the game here is not dying. If you have a level 31, they should probably be the one on ads or staying in a safe place, just because you really don't want anyone to die. You don't want to have to deal with the oversoul. It's better if this is just completely smooth. Obviously, with the oversoul, you can still defeat Crota, but as you probably know, it's harder. So once the ogres are down, you just have everyone sort of rush past those knights. You do have to be quick about it, stick to the cover, stick to the walls, because again, you don't want anyone to go down. So then it's the same deal. You kill the sword bearer, you have the designated sword holder run over to the sword, pick it up, climb up the rock, crouch as usual, all DPS. And the first one is pretty much the same as you've been seeing. Now there is a little twist that Bungie decided to add, that he enrages when he hits a certain percentage of health. I believe it's below 10%. He's also much harder to burn down, so you want to fire extra rockets at this last part, and that's it. That's all you really need. Enjoy your loot, folks. Thanks for watching.